My name is Crazy Owl, and in today's video, we're going to be playing some Mini Metro. And I know that basically all the videos I've done on my channel so far are Minecraft related, but I just haven't been feeling super motivated to play lately, and I figured I would give you guys some content and just play a different game. I have had some experience with this game. I've played all the levels at least once. I'm a pretty mid-tier player. Most of my scores lie in the top 20 to 30%, though some of them are as like top 50%, and I do have a couple that are in like top 10. I think my best one is London, which I'm in top 3%, but there's also a lot more people that play that level just because it's the first one. To make things interesting, just because I'm not sure if I want to tackle any of the challenges today, I'm just going to play the daily, which is Santiago, and it'll probably be different once I upload this video, but hope you enjoy. And we're starting out with, I guess, not the ideal setup just because the square's on the opposite side of the river, but I'm sure that'll be solved in not too long once there's more going on. And fortunately, it's not extreme. I kind of suck at extreme because I tend to change my layouts a lot, but I'm going to loop this around. I know it's not good to have those small tight corners, but I want to keep the stations alternated as much as possible. So I'm kind of stuck just using one line for now, just because the square is on the one side of the river, and I need a square on the other side too, to actually have enough to make a full loop, or a full line. I'm going to switch this up a little bit, just so I can have these stations alternate. It would probably be fun without it, because triangles and squares don't tend to cause as much of a problem as circles do, but it's just nicer this way. Once I get a square on the other side, I can maybe separate this into two lines, or once I get another bridge or two. I'm not sure if Santiago is one of those locations with limited bridges. Some of them do, but hopefully this one isn't. I am going to throw another locomotive on here just because it is getting sort of long. We hit the end of our first week, so I grabbed another carriage because I don't really need another line right now, and unfortunately bridges weren't an option. If I do get offered bridges at the next one, I will definitely take that. So now I am seeing a good time to split this into two. I've only gotten one more since the last one, but those circles are definitely going to be a struggle. So I'm just going to make a really small loop on this side, and it has all the necessary shapes. And then on this side, I'm going to bring this around so I have two circles in a row, then a triangle, then another two circles. And on the locomotive, on that yellow one, I'm going to throw our carriage. And now we have another square, and there's not really too much to do with that right now. For now, I'm just going to separate these into two entirely different lines, but once we get a special shape, I will have to change that so that they're connected. We're now on to week 3. I'm going to grab another carriage because there's still no bridges, and I did have to throw another locomotive onto the yellow line because another circle spawned and it was too much for the one train to deal with. The amount of circles on the north side of this river has just been insane, but on the bright side we have had a few triangles spawn there too. Still no bridges in our weekly options, but I do have a few carriages stacking up, so I could definitely add those if necessary. And we just had our first special station spawn. I'm going to move this around just a little bit to connect that in, and I'm going to use this square here as a hub for now. There's so many circles on this yellow line, it's kind of absurd, and we're already having some issues going on. I'm going to put another locomotive on the red line, and hopefully that covers the issues with the circles. And on the yellow line, I'm putting in another locomotive and carriage because there's so many circles, and it's just really hard to deal with them all. Week 6, and we finally got another tunnel, so now I will be able to connect these two up to each other, and I'm just gonna have that plus shape will connect to the red line as well. And I don't know if this is the best way things could be, but I do think it'll be helpful having 4 locomotives on here, all with carriages going 2 in each direction. That should help ease up some of the congestion. And I think I'm going to throw 2 more locomotives on the red line too. I don't really plan on making any more lines anytime soon. I don't have any more carriages to put on that line, but hopefully the locomotives will help. This yellow line is getting a little precarious here, but I think it's preferable to have lines that go every which way than to have lines with 4 circles in a row, and that was kind of the only other option. So we've got this little dip on the left, and on the top there's the weird shape that comes out, but it's better than the other options. And honestly, I think we're doing pretty good. I'm not really sure what scores are supposed to be for Santiago, but I feel like this is pretty decent considering how many circles are on one side of the river and how few bridges we get. I also threw some more carriages onto the yellow line just because it was getting harder and harder to keep up the circles. I think I'm going to throw the brown line down just to catch some of these circles and the special stations on this side. I can't really make it go over the river at all, but I'm just going to put it on the special stations on the red side and also these two circles, which are really hard to get with the red because there's no carriages on that train. We finally got another tunnel, so I'm actually going to be able to stretch this line across. I'm going to put it to... I'm going to unhook it from that and bring it across to that special station and maybe this pentagon up here too. That'll kind of catch a lot of the customers that the yellow trains are having to pick up and bring all the way over there, which hopefully will stop those trains from being too full of special passengers to get to the circles. I really don't know if that's the actual issue, but it kind of looks like it is. The yellow train, or the yellow line, is definitely having some struggles right now, but hopefully that will just clear itself out. I kind of doubt it. It'd be really nice if a square would spawn over there, though. This yellow line just keeps getting more and more congested, and I think we're getting a little down to the wire here. I don't expect to get much more out of this game, but if I can squeeze out something good in the last few minutes, maybe I'll get something good in this upgrade, but fingers crossed. I'm grabbing the carriage just as a sort of last-ditch effort. I'll throw it on here and hopefully it can pick up some of that stuff. Throw another carriage on the brown train too, maybe, or can't put any more on the yellow one. And we have one brown station right there. It's on the brown and the yellow, actually, and it's about to go out, and I don't think there's a way I can save it, so it looks like that's going to be game over. This is what our final board looked like. I'm not really sure if it's good or it's bad. I guess I'll have to see what the leaderboards look like, but it definitely looks pretty good in terms of strategy. The yellow loop was definitely a little too huge. If I'd had more bridges or a square on the top, I would have made that into two, but that wasn't really an option. We'll see how I stack up on the leaderboards here. That's actually pretty good considering how I usually do. I mean, you can't see the graph yet. Usually, I mean, yesterday I did it and I did not do the best. I can see the graph. Today, I'm in the top 10%, 52, but there's no way I would have been able to get up that high, especially without a square on the top. I guess I'll see what it looks like later because with 21 hours left in the challenge, a lot of people are still going to go. That is going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more Mini Metro, or just leave a like on the video.